to find a Nazi, you must understand a Nazi. They are not a specific people, place, or time period. It is an ideology, a religion, an agenda that has been set in motion well before Hitler. The Thule Society is a fraternity of men whose membership is a blood oath based on not having one drop of Jewish or black blood and a promise to serve the master race. When you understand this evil, it is easy to understand the tragic events of the past. After Hitler's regime fails, we all know that some of the worst Nazis from World War II became the foundation of the United States space program, which today includes NASA and the Space Force. This was called Operation Paperclip. This is the logical explanation for why our government chooses to spend trillions of our tax dollars exploring rocks in space and lying to us about UFOs instead of fixing our schools and our planet. Is the master race that the Thule Society worships the aliens to come? Only the Lord knows. But we do know that after World War II, a lot of Nazis fled to South America and other continents. This explains the large community of Germans in Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay, or Nueva Germania in Paraguay, or the millions of Germans living in southern Brazil and Argentina since the 1800s. All of these places have a history of harboring Nazi fugitives after World War II, but remember that today the Nazis are not a people, but a religion passed down through generations, similar to Judaism. But we don't know how much of that evil has trickled down to today. It wasn't just South America, but the Nazis also hid in Southern Africa. It is no coincidence that apartheid in South Africa, which is a government policy of segregation on the grounds of race, started in 1947. And the creation of Israel by the United States in what was then called Palestine simultaneously occurred in 1947. Thanks to the efforts of Nelson Mandela and the freedom fighters, apartheid in South Africa was ended in 1990. But the war between Israel and Palestine is still raging today. Again, we don't know if the racist ideology of the Nazis has been passed down to today's generation of Germans living in the multitude of German settlements in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Burundi, Rwanda, Tanzania, Mozambique, and Cameroon. Besides the obvious locations, where else could they be hiding? Well, United States Admiral Richard Byrd, a man who was a recipient of the Navy Cross, the second highest valor given in the United States, believes the Nazis had a hidden base in Antarctica. It sounds crazy, but you will have to read his account of battling UFOs in Antarctica with your own eyes and your own judgment. But it does logically explain why all of the German settlements on every continent are at the southernmost tip. Admiral Richard Byrd also explored to the North Pole, where he claims he was greeted by tall, beautiful Nordic, white-skinned, blue-eyed beings that lived inside of the hollow Earth. They even possessed UFOs and other technology that far exceeded ours today. And this was in 1926. The Nazis could be anywhere and are most likely in high positions of power. And each one of these racist fucks took a blood oath to target people of color and people of Jewish faith. If you have the guts to fact-check anything you've heard just now, you might feel a call to action, like maybe voting all the Nazis out of politics. But unfortunately, it may be too late, and the Lord is our only hope.
Subscribe or your algorithm is trash.